Hello friends and welcome back to Picture Astrology. Today we will talk about Mars placement in the 10th house for Scorpio Ascendant horoscope. So when the Scorpio is the ascendant, the planet Mars becomes a very important planet because it is the lord of the ascendant. Scorpio sign is lorded by Mars. And we know that ascendant is a key point, one of the biggest anchor of the entire horoscope. And as the consequence, the lord of that point becomes more or less like a defining position of the entire horoscope and of the entire life. And it is also placed in the 10th house, which is one of the most powerful houses of the horoscope because it shows the kind of work you will do, the kind of name, fame, and by extension money you will make for yourself. Also, 10th house is the house of your father. 4th, on which Mars has direct aspect, shows your mother. So this also has a big significant say in your family life and also in your relationship and marriage life because it is Mars, the planet of passion. So we will see the specific effects of this placement of Mars in all the areas we talked about in next few minutes. The very first thing which you can say as soon as you see this placement of Mars in 10th house with the ascendant being Scorpio is that this is a person with an extreme energy and an extreme amount of ambition. They are unparalleled when it comes to physical prowess, physical energy, and also they have no dearth, no lack of ambition or motivation to succeed in life. See, Mars itself is a planet which signifies or is a primary karaka of both of these. It is the karaka of energy, energy to do things, and also that of ambition. The house, 10th house, is by far the strongest house in the horoscope. And the sign Leo, which is the sign of the 10th house, is the sign of royal king. It is the sign full of ambition. It is a fiery sign which also shows energy. And when the ascendant itself, the lord of the ascendant, which shows your physical body, your mental personality, that is sitting in this strong position, here is a man of energy, here is a man of a lot of ambition, here is a man who has a lot of dreams to accomplish, and not just dreams, he wants to accomplish in a very practical manner. Mars is a planet which does not like only dreams or philosophy or talk. Mars is something who wants to see things happening on the ground. They are, the most practical person the Mars represents. So they're not full of just energy and ambition. They are someone who have a great plan to do things. And no wonder that you will find them working absolutely tirelessly on their plans to make those dreams a reality in life. So this is one of the placement, among very few in the entire astrological placements, which makes a person absolutely indefatigable. And you will find them really working towards their goal and sometimes very early in life. These are people who have really clear head. When you have so much fire sign, fire is one element which is very difficult to corrupt. We have heard about pollution of air pollution, water pollution, earth pollution, but there is never a word for fire pollution. These are the guys who have very clear thought. Probably in very early in life, they know what they want to do. So they may start working relatively early in life also. And this Mars has a direct aspect on the fourth house, which is the house of education or formal education up to the point of graduation. So what happens is, one, they love to get educated only in practical matters. They don't like philosophy. They probably wouldn't like poetry and learning about arts and fine arts and those kind of subjects, but they would want to learn about business early. And because of that, they might sometimes take even a break in studies. Many people who start early in their life take a small break in study, do very well in professional life, and then come back to complete their studies. They don't leave the studies or education unfinished, okay? Because Mars is the lord of Lagna, or the lord of Ascendant, or the first house, and the aspect of that is very auspicious. All it basically shows is there may be some break in your education, or you will intentionally opt out to focus on your work life. And I have seen this in many cases. But again, you have so much energy, you have so much enthusiasm that you can even do both things together. You can study as well as work and still be successful in both the areas of life. So both in terms of the education as well as work, this is a very good position. People succeed as a businessman in with this placement because they have a lot of free will. It's difficult for them to work under somebody else, and even if they work in, say, a corporate office or something, they would probably run a business of their own as a separate piece. They would probably be an independent advisor or have a small business running completely on their own, because they have a lot of energy and also a very independent mindset. Now, the flip side to that is that these are the people who are not easily satisfied ever. I mean, however good things may be going in life, they won't be easily happy because they want to achieve so many things, because their ambition is actually very high. So if they are doing well in one business, they would want to start another one. If they are doing well in their job, they would probably not be happy with their boss, and they would probably threaten to start on their own, or at least run some kind of an enterprise separately, apart from doing the business, apart from working for others. And this constant urge of keep doing something, keep doing work, something new, keep doing something new, keep achieving new things, kind of leaves them unsatisfied. The inner content, the internal content and happiness, which is actually shown by the fourth house, is generally lacking in these kind of personality because of this Mars aspect on this fourth. So one of the key piece of advice which I have to give when I see horoscope like this is try to take it easy. You have enough. Try to see the brighter side of life, and try to understand that the world universe is infinite. However much you do, you will find yourself behind somebody else. So try to be happy with what you have. It's not easy or not advisable to advise people with this kind of placement because of their fiery independent nature. But after a point, after working a lot harder, they realize it, and they kind of slow down in their life and enjoy the life to the fullest, rather than always working on their ambition and work. Now, in terms of the effects on the family, especially the relationship with father and mother, because 10th house is the house of father and the 4th house represents your mother, Being the Lord of the Lagna or Ascendant and in a royal sign of Leo, these kind of people are generally very dutiful kids. They respect their parents. However, Mars being the fiery planet that it is, there are always some kind of temperamental differences, especially with father. A daddy would tell you to do this business or concentrate on education, and you will have ideas, some practical knowledge or idea of a new business, and you would want to kind of jump into the business right away rather than completing the education. So those kind of temperamental differences are always seen. However, later in life, their parents usually feel very proud of the achievements of their sons or daughter, because this placement of Mars in this 10th house, not only gives them the energy and ambition and tireless nature, but it also in one way or the other ensures a good success in life. Now 10th house is also the most visible house. It is the house which contains, whatever you do here is very visible to everybody. So it also means your social life in some ways. And these people who have this placement have an innate yearning to be recognized socially. They want others to look up to them as some kind of a role model or some kind of example in the society. So they, and that includes their duty towards family. So they want to, be the most dutiful, not just to their mother and father, but also towards their family, towards their spouse, towards their children. They try to provide them the best they can. And one of the reasons behind it is that they have a big social awareness. In terms of social and family responsibility, they are really, really aware. They just don't think about themselves. They always think about larger interest of family and society. So in terms of wealth, properties, especially the immovable properties, because Mars is the primary significator of that, like real estate, houses, farmland, farm related business, those are the things they do well in, and they also attain all of this in the life because of their own ambitious nature and the kind of work they do in life. Now, only one thing that this Mars has the aspect on the 5th house, which is the house of children, and it has been seen that they worry too much about their kids, about the 5th house related affairs, which primarily the kids, because they also want their kids to be as successful as they are. This is one of the reasons why they kind of push or force their kids a lot, or they want them to also be as energetic, as enthusiastic as they have been. So this is one area which they need to just rein in a little bit. But other than that, I think overall this is a great position for a successful life. So I hope you guys liked this analysis of Mars in the 10th house. If you have any questions, please do post in the comments. Do like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And until we meet next time, stay blessed, have a great and wonderful life.